by Lambda function, right? So to understand what is Lambda functions, I'll take one scenario, a simple scenario to get a better idea. So take an example. You have a database. Let's simple example is you have a database, and there is a task given to you. There is a task given to you that is, hey, you need to take a backup of the, if you want to take a backup, you need to take a database backup every 5 minutes. Maybe it's a transactional database. So what do you do actually? Generally, what do you do? You take a server number one. It may be an EC2 instance. It may be an on-premise service. I'm not defining anything, but right now you will take one server. That means you need to take care about the hardware. Second one, you need to go and write a program. So you will write a program where this program will help us to go and take a backup of the database, right? And the third one, you do a testing and everything, the program, all the prerequisites, like if you are writing this program in Python, so you will go and install Python, the basic libraries, all these thing, logs, all these things you will be taking care. Okay, you need a hardware which is including like a RAM, CPU core, on all these things which required to run in for that particular system. And the fourth one, basically what do? You configure it and you need to schedule it. Okay, you need to schedule it. What is the schedule? I want to take every 5 minutes. You will write every scheduling. Maybe in a Windows system you will go for task scheduler. In a Linux system you will use cron job. Anything, basically you schedule it. So what happens, this is the program. Every 5 minutes it will execute it, because the task scheduler is done. It will go and connect to the database. And also very important, all the username, password for the database needs to be present in the database, into that particular programs. So sensitive data is there. So this program will run every 5 minutes, go and connect to the database and take a transactional database backup, and then move this data into one of the storage. Let us take an example. You want to store it in this one. This is a task you have it. The biggest enemy of this task, if you see, right, this is server based. That means you need one server here. If this server is not working, our backup will not work. And if a customer is there and customer come up and says, hey, you are providing an SLA for me to take a backup every 5 minutes, you need to make sure to have a proper high availability solution. You will need to have another EC2 instance or on-premise server, where if this server number one is not working, server number should two and go and take this one. So think about what is the cost it is increasing is first part, the maintenance kind of a thing. So when you talk about maintenance, right, so maintenance is increasing. Server number one, server number two, so you have to take care about OS, you need to take care about the patches. Okay, you need to talk about high availability, you need to talk about the storage, you need to talk about if it is a Windows or anything, you need to talk about, you need to take care about the licensing. All these parts are there for you right now. So it's becoming more costly. Basically, second thing, maintenance, it's having a maintenance and all the storage automations and everything. And at the end of the day, very important, you need to make sure if everything is working fine, you need to do proper doing monitoring. Hey, whether every 5 minutes database backup is present or all these things. To put a full stop as an example, instead of creating a server and doing and all those things, the same task can be moved into Lambda function. See, what is the advantage of moving into the Lambda function? The biggest advantage of AWS, okay, Lambda functions, the biggest advantage is, first one, it is serverless. You need to only concentrate as a programmer. You write a program and submit into Lambda function, and you can do a scheduling. You scheduling, it will run every 5 minutes as an example, without having any server. First problem, no server, nothing. AWS is taking care of everything in the background. So if you don't have any server, what is that one? There is no need to worry about the maintenance. There is no need to worry about the maintenance, licenses, all other things, like basically all other things which I mentioned, right? No need to go and provide the hardware, RAM, everything is taken care by AWS. It is more and more cost effective Cost optimization. It is cost is very, very, very less. As an example, it's very straightforward, very cheap. As an example, you only worry, and automatically in the Lambda function, AWS will provide AWS SDKs, basically installation. Like for Python, they will provide you direct installation of Boto 3. There is no need to worry. All the AWS SDKs are inbuilt installed, basically. Okay. Right now, very recently, it is also supporting something called as Lambda functions containerization. Even a container can be deployed into Lambda function, or Lambda function acts like a container. That's a microservice. Very, 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 very good advantages. Okay. So let us go and explain, like, basically, let us go through like how do you go and make sure. I'll take one simple architecture. If you see, the example which I would like to go here would be, I want to take one task. What is that? There are multiple, let's go for it. There are multiple EC2 instance in my production systems. But what I want to do, basically, after evening 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I want to schedule a program, basically, which should go and stop all the EC2 instance. It should go and stop EC2 instance. Why? Why my non-production server should run 24 into 7? For making my cost optimization solution, what do? What is the best way? I don't want to go for traditional going and creating a server, installing the software, running it, and scheduling it. Simple, I'll use Lambda function. So I will write a program which will go and stop all my EC2 instance, submit that program into Lambda function. What is the RAM I require to run the Lambda function? I can go and specify those things as an input. Tags. This program will take what is the maximum time? You can specify timeouts. Is it program should be running inside your VPC, what, where, and everything? You can define it. You can also integrate it with multiple AWS services like EFS for any common storage which you have it. Concurrency and other advantage you have it. It's completely the biggest advantage is it is serverless. As an example, and you only write a program and you schedule it, it will automatically take care of everything. The good part, Lambda function is a program. You write a program, but generally, if you want to connect to AWS, you need access key and secret key in Python. Let's take an example. So instead of that one, happily, Lambda function, you can integrate with IAM role or IAM profile. What is that one? IAM role, you can attach an IAM role which is having certain permission on EC2 instance. This Lambda function can run it and directly connect to AWS, and then it can stop the EC2 instance with the help of IAM role in terms of permissions. Okay, hope you understood. Let us take an example of a program what I have already written. So if you see here, right, this is a very basic program. So what I'm doing, I'm using Python language. Python SDK is Boto 3. So I'm writing a program to connect to this specific region. Describe, get all the EC2 instance, and then stop all the EC2 instance. Very simple program I'm writing. It's not a very complex program. So let us go and create a Lambda function, add this function there, and schedule it to run every 1 minute. And let's see the demo. Okay. So I'm saying Control A, Control C. So I went, okay, there is a function which is already created. How do you create a function? Let me go and show you. Go back to the Lambda, log into AWS account, click on functions, create a function, take an example. You can select author from the scratch. That means you are creating a Lambda function and you are writing the program by yourself from scratch. Blueprint is automatically you have existing programs. Container images, if you want to browse it from container images, everything. I won't like to come up and say, let's take an example. One engineer is a function name, and this many languages Lambda function is supporting SDKs. You can write it in PowerShell, C Sharp, Go, Java, Node.js, Python 3.8. I want to say Python 3.8. Do you require permissions? Yes. My Lambda function, if you see my state here, right? My Lambda function should connect to EC2 instance. So I need an IAM role. So I can select it. I have already created an existing IAM role. You can choose existing IAM role and click on it here. I'm providing one existing IAM role. Simple, advanced settings. There is no need to go and specify. If you want your Lambda function to execute in a certain VPC, you can choose a VPC. I don't want anything. I create a function. Straightforward, Lambda function gets created. So what will happen? Lambda function gets created. Now it will ask you, can you paste the code? The code which you have written, right? Directly control A, I am pasting it here. A very small code which will go and stop the EC2 instance. Very simple. And then now to run this program, what is the RAM you require? What is the timeout you require? All the basics have been provided here. Like an example, you can go and provide environment, tags, basics of. By default, 128 MB of RAM is provided to you. If it is not sufficient, you can edit it and make it more. Timeout is 3 seconds. I don't think so 3 seconds will be sufficient. I will make it 1 minute 3 seconds. Right? IAM role, just click on save. So this is the configuration I have it basically. And you want to attach to any EFS, you want to go for concurrency. I have all these things right now. I don't want to do anything. Very straightforward. My CloudFormation template is my Lambda function is created. It has been provided certain permissions with the help of IAM role, and it is ready. The total program is ready. Now, how do you, the program is ready. As an example, you can test your program by clicking test also. I don't want to do it. I want to show you how do I schedule this program. Very, very important. How do you schedule this program? For scheduling, there are many ways. The best way is to go to CloudWatch. So go to CloudWatch. Just go to CloudWatch. In that CloudWatch, okay, there is something called as events and rules. So you can just click on a rule and create a rule. Create a rule, very straightforward. Schedule it. I want to schedule every 1 minute it has to execute. I can specify run this every 1 minute. What has to be executed every 1 minute? That you can go and specify in the target. If you see here, right, target is equal to, just click on target. It will show you Lambda function. So what is a Lambda function name? My Lambda function now current is stop instances. I created a Lambda function called as already stop instances. So I can go and click on it. One engineering also for a demo purpose I created. I click on stop instances and I configure it. Okay. And for your example, if you see here, one of my EC2 instance is already in running state. So when I configure it, what is this one? I call it as stop every 1 minute, enable it and click on create a rule. So what happens right now? It is enabled. My cloud formation will run this program every 1 minute. What is executed every 1 minute? Basically, this EC2, the program what you have written, Lambda function, that will execute. What is the program you have written, sir? The program you have written will stop the EC2 instance. You see here, after certain period of time, after 1 minute, this EC2 instance gets stopped. The good part is, the good part, if you realize here it, right, it will go, the Lambda function gets executed. And the very good part, whenever in the Lambda function you are providing a print statement, right, that print words, the console printing will be added. You can see it in CloudWatch AWS service. So even the logging is also taken care. Make sure in an IAM role you have a permissions on the CloudWatch. CloudWatch also. So CloudWatch, you can see logs. Tomorrow, if you find any exception, you can integrate with SNS and then you can get a notification. How beautifully each and everything is there. So you have an EC2 instance. I want to run some programs and basically to stop EC2 instance start or anything, you write it in Lambda function. Lambda function is inbuilt having AWS SDKs. You assign a proper IAM role. Lambda function can be scheduled every 1 minute, every 1 hour in CloudWatch. Basically rules, you configure it. When you do any print statements, basically it will go and store it in CloudWatch, logs, and SNS. And you see entire thing is serverless. Not a single thing is server. You see here, I've been configuring, just do a refresh as an example. You see one of the EC2 instances stopped. Now you may have a doubt. Hey, it seems like you have started manually, not CloudFormation template. Let us go to CloudWatch and you see in the CloudWatch, you should see something called as log group. Logs are generated. Sir, where are logs are generated? What is the Lambda function name? You will see the logs here. If you see our Lambda function name is stop instances and you will see here, if you go up, you can clearly see AWS CloudWatch stop instances. And if you see The program is executed at 11:35 to 11:34. You click on it and it's clearly saying load stream, and you see it's executing at 11:34. One log is there. When you click on it, now this is the program it will see here. So if you see here, right, sir, same thing, sir. If you see here, starting the program, the EC2 instance, this ID is getting stopped now. That's what I've written here in this one. If you see here, right, the print statement, then it will go and say it's stopped. So if you see and print lambda function is executed successfully. If you see here, stopped this one and executed. And the good part of lambda function, it executes and it will clearly go and specify some details, very important details like this one, sir. When you open, right, it's very clearly saying, sometimes you have a confusion, right? Like what is the RAM I have to take it, 128 or 256? It's clearly says it took 9 minutes, 9 seconds, sorry, 9 seconds, 9,000 milliseconds to execute. Billing is only, the bill for lambda function is only 9 seconds, and memory allocated is 128 memory, and it used only 97 basically. That's the beauty. Now you will get an idea. Oh, my stop instances only require 98 MB basically if of RAM, but 128 is minimum. That is sufficient. Tomorrow you take more one and execute. It will go and provide you based on this one. You can change your configuration of RAM also. So this is a very simple lambda function which executes. In where we can use lambda function, what are the use cases, sir? Anything in the background, like take an example of, I want to take a backup of the database. You can use lambda functions. Schedule it every 5 minutes. That's what I specify, right? Let us take an example. You want to do snapshot every 5 minutes of some production system. You can do that one as an example. You can do some housekeeping works. What housekeeping works? You have created too many snapshot. Now it is time to delete the snapshot. So you can write a lambda function every day, which will go and get any snapshots which are older than 90 days and delete those things. Example, I'm just saying, and as an example, or any kind of a backend activity. So taking a backup, restoring it, deleting it, moving it, copying it, or anything basically, if you want to do it, lambda function. So this one, what we have done right now, we have done lambda functions, and this is schedule basis. That's the reason, scheduling. And if you see, right, every 1 minute, the lambda function is getting executed. If you see, I'll just go and do a refresh here. If you do a refresh, right, I think it has been like 5 or 6 minutes, right? We have scheduled, and you see here, 34 10 seconds, 35 35 36 3601 3701 3801 3901. It will be there. So every 1 minute it will execute. How do you stop the lambda function execution? Simply disable it, sir. Go back to the same event rules. Select this particular room. Either you can delete it or disable it. I'll say delete it. You click on, that's it. The lambda function is stopped executing. This is the way, the best part of lambda function. It's completely fully managed, no server, nothing. You just need to concentrate on the program, paste the program, entirely serverless concept into this. Okay, I think I explained you very neatly about the lambda function. Basically, on the second chapter, I will go and explain you event based and more advanced kind of stuff. Okay, thank you very much for joining. Thanks. Have a nice day. Bye.